G'day, Alistair here from LearnDelphi.tv, and in this video I want to mention something about anonymous methods. And we're going to start with a new VCL application, and I want to throw a couple buttons on it. Should just be button 1 and button 2. Oops. Okay, I'll put them there, and I'm going to have an anonymous method which is just going to take have a string parameter. So very simple, and in the button 1 click, I'll just assign something to do something. So that's a very simple thing. So I'm just doing a show message, and in button 2, do something is assigned. We go something along those lines. So if we run it, obviously this does nothing, but once we click on that, I can click on button 2 and we get the error message. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay. However, well, anyway, so the gist of it is often you'll have like a data module, and in that you'll want to either display a message or a progress bar or something like that. But you don't want to mix the GUI code with your database code. And so on the data module, you'd have maybe an anonymous method or something like that, and then you could assign something to that which can display a message to the user. The other obvious way of doing that to raise an exception, but sometimes that's heavy-handed, and we just want to display something. Okay, so what I'd want to do is I'd want this to be const, but we see that's incompatible with TProc. So if I control click on TProc, we'll see its argument is not const. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to copy those. I'm going to ignore this one because it's got no parameters, and paste these up here. Now normally you put these in some sort of utility library, probably called global or common or utils or something like that. I don't really need that one either because it has no parameters. And what I want to do is make all these parameters const. But first off, I'm going to rename the types, and oops, proc const and func const. And I could go through and make each of these, add const. Oh, I can't put a space in, so maybe not. But we can do Control R and do a replace, and you can see I've done this before. We can replace arg with const arg, and I'm not sure if that's all still highlighted, but anyway, that's probably arg is probably not appearing anywhere else in the unit, so we're probably okay. And then I can make this proc const, and okay, let's do that. Replace again. I'm not quite sure why that went wrong, but anyway, it did it for the functions. Probably because it did it from here down. So that's now worked. So I now have a new anonymous method type, which takes constant parameters. And because having constant parameters is a good idea for many reasons, it indicates that the variable is not modified in any way, and it also means that there's no reference counting, so it's faster. So a message is a string. Strings have a reference counted, so if it's passed by value, the reference is incremented. Okay, so I can verify that this still runs, and it's all good. So that was just a little trick I wanted to mention. Also, do buy my book. Go to LearnDelphi.tv and grab a copy, or one or more copies of Code Faster in Delphi or Code Better in Delphi. And I will see you in the next video.